Now that you hold your corporate documents in hand, you're ready to proceed with all your corporate design and stationery. As much as you want your company stamp, company letterhead, and other corporate inventory to be unique, there are still certain rules you need to follow to ensure compliance with the requirements. Certain registration authorities even provide templates to show which wording needs to be included into the specific documents or on the stamp. In this chapter, we want to share with you common practice in the UAE and give you examples as to what your major corporate items may look like. The very first item you need when your company is registered and the corporate documents are issued is a company stamp. Company stamp cannot be manufactured before registration is completed, because as you come to a printing station, you'll be requested to provide your original license and your personal ID. To be able to order a stamp, you need to be either a manager of the company mentioned on the license or hold a power of attorney from the manager. Please know that all printing stations were requested to follow the said rules. As soon as you come to a printing station, you will immediately have a whole range of questions. What shape, what size of your stamp, what do you want to mention on your PO box or address? Can you have a logo on your stamp? Should the Arabic company name appear on the stamp? Here you must remember just two things that need to be mentioned on the stamp no matter what. This is, first of all, company name, both in English and Arabic, as it is mentioned on your company's license, and the address limited to the emirate and the country. For example, Dubai, UAE. Everything else is optional. You can, for instance, insert your company's logo, or you can mention the number of your company's license, or you can include a PO box number along with the emirate and the country. It will be up to you to decide how detailed you want the future stamp to be. But here we would like to give you a recommendation. Try not to mention those details on the stamp. It can be changed soon, and you are aware of the upcoming changes and amendments. This can be a PO box number, company's address or logo. To avoid replacement of the stamp, limit the details on your stamp to the company's name and a brief address only, the details that will not change for sure. Next, you will need to take care of your company's letterhead design, because moving forward, all official documents your company will be issuing will need to be printed on the company's letterhead. While some registration authorities do not communicate to their member companies how they suggest the letterheads to be structured, others provide clear guidelines as to what specific parts need to be included into the document. We decided to take an example of one free zone in Dubai, which is very regulated and also requires member companies to follow the rules, including those with respect to company letterheads. First of all, if you are requested to submit a copy of a company's letterhead upon company's registration completion, be aware that any amendments to the letterhead design in the future shall be communicated to the free zone authority. In other words, if you decide to change anything in your letterhead or completely redesign it, you need to submit a sample of a new letterhead to the registration authority so that they could update their records. As in case with a stamp, letterhead shall contain two important parts. First of all, this is a complete company address, including company's license number. And the second important aspect is to mention according to the rules of which registration authority the company was formed. By way of example, you can say company XFZE is incorporated in accordance with the rules and regulations of X free zone. Right below this statement, you will mention the full address of the company, including phone number and email address, as well as the company's license number. There is no specific space on the document that shall be dedicated to this block of information. You can insert all information in the footer, or split it between the footer and the header, or place everything in the header only. And finally, it will be left up to you to add any artwork, logo, design, or any industry-specific information on your company's letterhead. So we have just discussed your company stamp and your corporate letterhead. What about the business cards, you may ask? There are no specific rules with respect to them. You may want to include as much information as possible, or, on the contrary, you may decide to limit description to your contact details, as you may be in the process of moving to a different commercial space, and the address of the same shall be not available yet. At the end of the day, your business card shall tell anyone what business you are engaged in and how you can help, even if they find your business card on their office desk a year later after you met and they do not remember you, where you met, and etc. In general, the common rule for all your stationery should be the following. First, company name approval, then design. Let the registration authority come back to you with the approved name for the company first, and only after that commence discussions in connection with your brand. Some of the aspects mentioned in this chapter may seem quite obvious. Nevertheless, we have noticed that business owners ask questions regarding company stamp manufacturing, letterhead, and business card design quite often. Therefore, the purpose of this chapter was to ensure that you know how to proceed with the said items as soon as the company is registered.